All righty, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday. Thursday, November the 4th, 2021. Hope you are all doing well. Chris Phillips here, the Daily Crow, the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate you all tuning in. Got a packed show, a lot to get into here on a Thursday, as it is officially hoodie season. And yours truly, I'm torn on the weather. I'm torn on the weather because I like rocking the hoodies. You know, I do like some of the different fits you get to wear when it cools off. And I know Phil is probably going to give me hell today for saying that it is cold when it is 50 degrees, but I'm not a fan. I am not a fan long-term of this. I'm not a fan long-term of the weather. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not a cold weather guy. I am a hot weather beach, like mid-80s like it was in Florida. I am a fan of that. But either way, we proceed here on a Thursday. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. But hey, it is hoodie season. A lot of hoodies, pullovers, long sleeves, everything else on the store. So be sure to check that out. But again, appreciate you all tuning in here on a Thursday, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. I see Todd Smith, the DGD podcast, Lance Player, Travi, Noah Johns, Jordan Bray, Tanner Land, Charles Holt Gaming. What's going on? Brennan M, Daddy O, Cody Gaskins. Also, if you are in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel. The TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. Again, guys, a lot to get into here on a Thursday. Of course, the podcast dropped this morning. We are talking Florida. As you see behind me, and I put it in the description of the podcast this morning, they remember November. And what do I mean by that? Well, folks, it's not always about how you start. It's about how you finish. And the Gamecocks have that opportunity in the final month of this 2021 football season. Again, we're going to talk about that and more. Before we do, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. Been involved in any type of accident, no matter what it might be, the last thing you should be dealing with is paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology, to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, let them take care of everything for you guys. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis is in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, that's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. And I see Lance's comment. He says, well, shit, I can't wear my tank this weekend. What am I going to wear? Lance, that's why you got to buy the hoodie, man. That's why you got to buy the hoodie. There's hoodies on the store, tsus.store, tsus.store. There are hoodies available, long sleeves, pullovers, everything you need to combat the cold. Again, I put air quotes around it because I know Phil is going to blow a gasket when he hears me calling 50 degrees cold. But, yeah, for us in South Carolina, 50 is cold enough. That is cold enough. So, yeah, hey, like I said, long sleeves, hoodies, pullovers, everything about that are available. Jamie Broom Vincent, have you heard anything on Sandage? Jamie, I would assume he's out for the season. I think Rick Sandage is out for the year. So I don't think it's going to be good news on Rick Sandage. Yeah, sounds like listening to Shane Beamer. And, you know, really when you heard it, I mean, I heard early in the season that Rick Sandage had, like, broken his leg. So I never really expected him back this season for the Gamecocks anyways. You know what I mean? So I would not bank on Rick Sandage making a return this season. Let's see. Travi, happy Thursday to you as well. Let's see here. Daddy-O says, I'm a Southern boy. I'd rather sweat than shiver. I agree. Cody Gaskins, Tim Dorn, you can't hide forever. Yeah, where is Tim Dorn? Again, second day looking for Tim Dorn after the Braves win the World Series. No, I don't know. Tim Dorn has gone into hiding after his Astros or whoever the hell he pulls for got eliminated. And he thought the Braves were going to blow it, or he was pulling for him to blow it, and certainly enough, it did not happen. So I don't know where Tim Dorn is, but I guess that's neither here nor there. Jeff Tarpley says, I'm tired. So much talk and hype in between games just end up getting crushed. At this point, I don't even care if we win. I just want to see some ounce of improvement. I hear you, Jeff. I hear you, Jeff. Do you feel like, Jeff, anybody's overhyping the game at all? Are there people out there you feel like that are giving you false expectations for Saturday? I don't think we've done that. Again, having perspective, I'm just excited, honestly, I'm excited to get to the tailgate and get back into Williams-Brice Stadium, but I have not seen anyone out there setting improper expectations for the realities of the challenge it's going to be for South Carolina to win the football game. I would tell you this, Jeff Tarpley. I would tell you this. I mean, South Carolina is most likely going to be starting a former FCS quarterback, and that's what you're going to have to combat Florida with. Florida's not the Florida of last year. They're 4-4. They're 2-4 in the SEC, but they've still got talent all over the field. They're still the Gators. You know what I mean? They're still the Gators. They're still very talented top to bottom. So it's going to be a challenge for South Carolina. There's no question. It's going to be a challenge. Chance Crocker says Zeb will start. I just don't think so, man. I don't think so. I will be shocked if you didn't notice today. I already dropped my my key matchups for the game. I already dropped the graphic, and you'll notice Jason Brown's on there. I'll be shocked if he doesn't start. I will truly. I may be wrong. I've been wrong a couple of times this season in regards to assuming who the starters are going to be for different teams, because you just never know, really. I mean, we are all kind of just guessing. I'll just be totally shocked, guys, if Jason Brown doesn't get the start. I don't know. We'll see. If Zeb trots out there, I will be very surprised. I'll be very, very surprised. Coming off the injury and everything else, I'll be surprised. But you never know. Again, 843-790-3377. Guys, would love to continue to hear from you, your questions, your comments, your calls as well. I want to get to this text we had. Raheem texted us this morning at 9 a.m. Said, morning, this is Raheem. I'm a truck driver, so sometimes I miss your shows when it goes live. But I rock with your show, and I'll tell you why. I listen to you. You keep it authentic, ask the questions and answer the questions as a fan would like, and don't shy away from the elephant in the room like other podcasts. Appreciate you, Raheem, for the kind words. He says, my question is we see the offense is trash, the same O-line missing one or two that left last year, better running backs added along with wide receivers like Brown, who was a top dog in the ACC. So with that knowledge, I feel it's the scheme, and if we bomb these last 4 games, do you feel a change at OC and O-line coach will be had? I was told that Wake Forest or SMU OC could happen. Hope this could be answered for me on your next show. Raheem, appreciate the kind words again, and thank you so much for the question. Listen, if South Carolina bombs the last 4 games, and what does that really mean when it says bombs? If South Carolina bombs the last 4 games, if they lose in ugly fashion and the offense is as bad or even worse than they've been, if that's possible, dude, I think everything's on the table. Changes could happen. If there's a guy out there that Shane Beamer wants that he can go get, I think that's the key in it all, right? I think that's the key in it all, is just simply put, fire Marcus Satterfield, fine. But you better have somebody in mind who is better. Or you better just have somebody in mind, period. Because if you fire Marcus Satterfield, and no offense, if you fire Marcus Satterfield, but then you go hire Eric Kimry or Justin Stepp as your OC, do you really feel like you upgraded there? Or do you really feel like that that was worth all the trouble to fire the guy in the first place if you're going to go hire those guys again? I'm not knocking those guys, but I think you better have a big-time dude in mind. I think if you're going to make that move, because here's the problem. It was an underwhelming hire to begin with. Again, I said that when it happened, and people came after me, saying that, I just said, hey, if you're feeling a little underwhelmed as a Gamecock fan, I don't blame you. Because what you were sold on when Shane Beamer was hired as the head football coach is that he was going to go out and he was going to, you weren't going to pay him as much. You were going to hire a coach that didn't have the experience. But what you were going to do is go out and lure these top coordinators that were going to do the job for Shane Beamer. And so when you went out and got, I know Clayton White's turned out to be great, but at the time, we didn't know. You went out and got Marcus Satterfield and Clayton White, two unproven dudes who had never called a play at the Power 5 level. I didn't blame Gamecock fans for feeling a little underwhelmed. I didn't. Those were huge risks, both of them. Both of them were. Thank goodness Clayton White has seemed to work out. And, again, I'm not sitting here saying that Marcus Satterfield couldn't work out, but, I don't blame Gamecock fans for feeling that type of way. So if you bomb the last four, could a change happen? Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think obviously we talked about it all preseason. I don't think anything's changed. Shane Beamer wants to be here. He wants to be the head football coach. He loves the University of South Carolina, and I think he'll do whatever it takes to win. And if that takes changing the OC, then so be it. So. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. It says, Jamie Brune Vincent says, what's the freshman who might play Saturday at the wide receiver spot? I don't know, Jamie. I'm not familiar with that. Can you enlighten me? Did Satterfield say something or did Beamer say something? Because I haven't heard that. I have not heard that at all. I think at this point, we're just trying to play whoever we can to score points. So, Tanner Land, yo, Chris, did Beamer reach out to Spurrier? Give me your thoughts. Again, that's a rumor I heard. We talked about it at Tin Roof last night. You get a couple of drinks flowing, and the rumors. And again, I don't want to. I don't want to put too much stock into it because again, it's a rumor. But yeah, the rumor was that Shane Beamer reached out to Spurrier over the bye week for advice, and basically Spurrier told him that the offense we were running would never work in the SEC. So, again, it's all rumor, though. It comes from a guy that I trust. Did that actually happen? How would he know that? I don't know. I don't know. But, again, let me just summarize all of that and everything that's happened this season with this. And, again, people don't want to be patient. They want things to happen now. People think the Satterfield should have been fired over the bye week. Whatever you think, though, you hired Shane Beamer for a reason. You hired him to do a job, okay? You hired him to do a job, and you have to trust that Shane Beamer will make those decisions. If Shane Beamer is a lot like the previous guy and can't get out of his own way and is loyal to a fault to his relationships, and that takes him down, then so be it. There's nothing you or I can do about it. There's nothing we can do about that. If he's too stubborn to get out of his own way, there's nothing we can do about that. Do you realize that? All you can do, though, is trust that, you know what? Shane Beamer will make those decisions. As a first-time head coach, he will make those decisions. I'll tell you guys this, though. Unless things go completely south, like another A&M game, or the offense is just flat out abysmal, the last four games, I think Satterfield's back next year. Because I'll tell you what, and I talked about this last night at Tin Roof, I'll tell you what, listening to Shane Beamer, and listening to Marcus Satterfield, they believe in what they're coaching. They believe in what they're teaching. I posted the clip early this morning, of Marcus Satterfield in his press conference yesterday, guys. Talking about, he was asked by Mike Yuva, is the scheme too complex? And he was very adamant that what we're doing isn't complex at all. So, I'll tell you this, and I don't know if this is a young coach's thing or a first-time coach's thing, and I'm not knocking them for it, but does anybody else notice that, Beamer and Satterfield, our coaching staff, it's great how in tune they are with social media. It's great, truly. But I feel like they're almost so in tune to a point that some of the comments come off as like passive aggressive. Like they're reading what you guys are saying that, the coaching sucks. They don't know what they're doing. It's too complex. And Satterfield, I felt like almost like fired back. He's like, no, it's not. No, we can't execute. Like defending their own honor, which whatever. It is what it is. People don't want coaches and all those guys to be robots. They want them to answer sincerely. But when they don't give them the answer they want, then people don't like that anymore. Former Gamecocks quarterback, receiver, running back, do-it-all player Savell Newton commented on that clip I just mentioned. On Instagram, he said, so basically he just put it all on the players. Wow. And I know Savell has been a big defender of this roster and this team, and I respect it. I like Savell. I mean, Savell's an all-time great Gamecock. He's someone I'm blessed to call a friend, and we've had great conversation. And, I respect his opinion on it. And he would know more about football than I, obviously. He would certainly know more about football than I. He actually played it and played at the University of South Carolina, as we all know. I see it from both sides. I see it from both sides in the sense that, you know what, you're the guy getting paid $1 million to make it happen. You got to sort of just wear it to a degree and take the responsibility. I see it from the other side as well, though, when, people are coming at you, like it's you, and you're like, in your mind, you're like, I know it's not me. I know it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of see the other side, too. So, yeah, I just, again, I don't think, if I had to guess, again, unless things just totally bomb in the last four, I do not see Shane Beamer blowing it up. I don't see Shane Beamer blowing it up after the season. Now, does that mean Greg Atkins won't get fired? I mean, I don't think that's blow. If you want to move on from a freaking offensive line coach, then that's, so be it. You know what I mean? So be it. But blowing it up as far as firing assistants left and right and firing, I think he brings Satterfield back next year. I really do. I really do. If I had to guess, that's what I think. Again, unless there's a guy out there that he wanted that he can go get, I don't think he lets him go. I don't think he lets him go. So, and again, the question comes back to, guys, what I talked about yesterday. Whether you think his scheme sucks or he's to blame for the offense, which, again, when you think of it with a level head, okay, and I know everybody is so impatient and wanting to win. We got to call. I'll get to that point in just a second.
Ben from Somerville.
Ben from Somerville, what's going on, my man? How are you?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. What's up?
Man, listen, I've been listening to your show, man, and I have to agree with you. I don't think Shane's going to blow it up. But what I will tell you is you've got a talented staff. He did his homework. I mean, he did his homework as far as people he wants to bring in. It took him long enough to fill up that staff. But something I want to remind people, because I'm a coach myself. An offensive coordinator cannot get the play calls off if the offensive line can't block. Montero, Hardesty's guys can't do their job if the offensive line can't block. So blowing it up and saying that 3/4 of the staff needs to be canned, half the guys can't do their job. The receivers can't catch the ball if the ball ain't thrown correctly. If the ball ain't thrown correctly, it's probably because the quarterback can't get a pass off. So and Satterfield said something very interesting. He said, are we a gap scheme? Are we a zone team? Are we a wide zone team? Are we a tight zone team? Man, listen, all you have to do is look at one of the seniors and go, hey, what were y'all last year? Because clearly last year was 1,000-yard rushers. Am I totally wide left here? Am I out left field here?
No, I think that's
agree?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's puzzling for sure. Again, that's been the most disappointing part. If South Carolina could run the football and the offense still wasn't good, because I mean, let's look at last year. You had a 1,000-yard rusher, but I don't think anybody would say the offense was elite. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, you were averaging like 21 or 22 points per game. It's not like you had some elite offense. Because you couldn't pass protect. You had a guy back there in Colin Hill. We all know his shortcomings, and you had one option with Shi Smith. So, I mean, but that's right. The problem is this year you can't do anything. Like you're not just bad. You can't do anything. At least Kevin Harris gave you like the bright spot of something to give you hope for the future. So yeah, it's very puzzling. I mean, I don't know if there's some pride and ego involved where it's like Satterfield completely wants to do his thing, and they don't. They haven't shown. I mean, they've shown very limited willingness to like incorporate a fullback. And I think we've had success when we did that. Actually, I feel like we've had a little bit of success when we've thrown a fullback out there like we did last year, but they don't seem to really want to do that on a consistent basis. So it is puzzling for sure.
If you go back and look at Satterfield's stuff at Temple, he has a ton of success with a fullback. He does. And I expected the I formation to show up on the board the minute he was hired, because I watched him run the ball down people's throats. That's including Notre Dame. I agree with you. We need to talk to Patrick DeMarco, get him on the recruiting circuit, and let's find ourselves a fullback.
Yeah, find your next Pat DeMarco.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, man, I appreciate what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Great stuff. 843-790-3337. So that's 843-790-3337. Some great stuff there. Great call, great perspective, and great insight. The point I was going to make before he called in, speaking on the offense, again, the running game has been the most disappointing part because you have nothing to hang your hat on. That to me, that's really all I'm really upset about. I mean, sure, there's other things we haven't done, but just the run game not being there, and because we spent months in the preseason, we spent months talking about the run game and how important the run game was, and you had to run the football well to be successful, and you haven't done that, and you haven't come anywhere near doing that. And, so the offensive struggles this year, again, are not surprising to me. If you would have told me the numbers, which I want to look at the numbers real quick. If you would have told me the numbers at this point in the season, again, I probably would have told you you'd be lucky to be 4-4. You have ran for 938 yards in 8 games. You're averaging 3.4 yards per carry. And you're averaging 117.2 yards per game. That includes week 1 against EIU when you ran for like 260. See, you take that one away, you're probably rushing for less than 100 yards a game. That's the most disappointing part. It's just not even close. We're talking about a guy, Kevin Harris, through 8 games, has ran for 237 yards. 3.4 yards per carry. You've ran for 4 touchdowns in 8 games. Harris had 3 or 4 touchdown games, individual games last year. So you can talk quarterback, you can talk tight end, receiver. The running game is it's been the most disappointing part. And hey, I'm putting that on everybody. I'm putting that on Satterfield. I'm putting that on Atkins. I'm putting that on Hardesty. I'm putting it on the players too. I'm putting it on the individual O-linemen themselves. Hell, I'm putting it on the quarterback for the calls at the line and the checks. I'm putting it on the running backs. Hell, I'm putting it on them. Nobody's been good enough. It just hasn't been good enough top to bottom. I mean, hell, Zaquandre White's your leading rusher. 291 yards. 6.9 yards per carry, and a touchdown. I mean, people, guys, do you realize people in the preseason we're talking about, man, could this team have 2 1,000-yard rushers? Bro, we're not even going to come close to having one. Not even close. At this point, I almost feel like we'd be lucky to have a 500-yard rusher, much less 1,000. Tyler Noel says Beamer's biggest mistake was letting Bobo walk, in my opinion. Bobo's proven, and if nothing else, the man can draw up run plays. I trust Shane, but I would have given Bobo the money with that. I don't think we lose Gunner, and in turn, I think we would have gotten Delp as well. That's just me, though. What's your thoughts? Well, it's the decision he made. Would you have gotten Gunner? Would you have gotten Delp? I don't know. I don't know that you would have gotten. I mean, why would you have gotten Delp? Delp went to Georgia. Bobo's not at Georgia, so how would that have helped you? Would you have gotten Gunner? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I laugh, guys, because people say stuff like that. But, I mean, when it came down to it, nobody wanted to keep Mike Bobo. Nobody did. Nobody wanted to keep. I mean, I was one of the most supportive ones of, hey, like, I don't think bringing Bobo back is a bad idea. People thought I was crazy. People thought I was crazy. So, hindsight's 2020, but let's not pretend like Gamecock Nation was all clamoring for Mike Bobo to return. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's a thing. So, Phoenix Wilson, would he demote him for a more experienced offensive coordinator? Nah, if he's going to change OCs, he's going to let Satterfield walk. There's no question. Eric Friars' practice this week has been 1v1, and where they normally run 40 plays, they have run over 100 plays. Well, I hope it pays off, Eric. I hope it pays off, my friend. Again, you'll have my full score prediction tomorrow. Yours truly will be in the building on Saturday night. So I'll be there watching along with you. You'll have my full score prediction. I can tell you that, again, 18.5-point underdogs. Again, I want to believe the Gamecocks will come out of the bye week and play their best football game. I want to believe that. I do. I want to believe that. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't know. Do we even have the personnel for it to happen? I don't know that we do. I don't know. Maybe Jason Brown truly is, and the answer that's just been on the bench all season long. I don't know. I don't know. Joe Anderson says E.J. Jenkins should be getting more targets. The guy's a weapon, should be used as a decoy. There's not a DB in the country that can cover him one-on-one. Is that a fact, Joe, or are you assuming that? And listen, again, I'm not – I like E.J. I like E.J. Jenkins. Love his size. How can you not? I just find it very hard to believe there's some All-American on the bench and we haven't used him all. Do you really believe that? I mean, I have a hard time grasping that. Yeah, I want to see him on the field more. To insinuate there's not a DB in the country that can cover him, that's then why did he go to St. Francis in the first damn place? Riddle me that. Christian Carver, I thought before the season Kevin Harris is going to be a first-round draft pick, but if I'm him, I'd return next year. Yeah, I mean, I hate to, say, call it for what it is. He's been one of the most disappointing players in college football this year. When you just look at where he was ranked and, people were upset he wasn't ranked as the best running back in the SEC, he's looked nowhere near it. He's looked nowhere near it. And again, hey, I know the O-line hadn't blocked, but he's looked nowhere. He's been a shell of himself. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Been a total shell of himself. So I don't know if it's just all on the offensive line. The O-line truly just has been his undoing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that is the case. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough to watch for sure. It's been tough to watch. Joe Anders, does he have a target that wasn't a completion? I don't know, Joe. I'd have to look at all of his targets. Let's see. The man has 5 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. I don't know how many of those were. I mean, dude, again, I'm not trying to tell you he's terrible. I'm not saying that, but I mean, I can tell you this. If Jason Brown and E.J. Jenkins play on Saturday and we go score 40 points and they both ball out, boy, I'm going to have some real questions about our coaching staff at that point. Because it's like, well, why weren't they playing the whole season? I don't know where I could go to find. Let's see. Here we go. Maybe this will tell you. That's defense. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Daddy O says coaches play certain kids for a reason. They want to win and keep heat off their own asses. Yeah, they are coaching for their livelihood, my friend. Tylenol says Kevin also had back surgery, so that could have a lot to do with it as well. Yeah, I mean, I certainly think that that injury hampered him much worse than that we all thought it would. So, Townsend Hamilton, it's all O-line and scheme, bro. Yeah, O-line sucked. Yeah, again, I've already been on record and said I'd be fine with Greg Atkins getting canned. So, I'd be fine with it. Troy Bowers, coach's job is to get the most out of the players you have, like a great coach once said. Coach them up. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. Maybe 4-4 is getting the most out of this ball club. Maybe. Don't shoot them. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Travis says Jaheim also in the backfield was a good wrinkle, but we hardly see it. I don't know why. I don't know why. We got to see more Jaheim Bell, man. We got to see more Jaheim Bell. So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Quick reminder, guys, the podcast did drop this morning, episode 529. Breaking down everything for Saturday. Gamecocks taking on the Florida Gators. Full breakdown of Florida, top storylines, key matchups, keys to game, all that good stuff. So, really, really good stuff. Also, guys, like I said, new merch is out. TSUS.store. TSUS.store. All your favorites in hoodie, pullover, long sleeve form for the cooler weather. That includes Beamer Ball. Shane Storm also just dropped some All My Homies Hate Mike Bobo merch for the Auburn weekend, as well as Clem Sucks merch for the Clemson game. So, if you're trying to get that, order now, because if you wait, I can't guarantee it'll be there in time. You want to be sure you go ahead and get your orders in. So, a lot of new merch on the store. Joe Anderson says he's caught 5 of 6 targets. Well, I guess he has dropped one then. I guess he has dropped one. I don't know. Either way. Got to find a way to score points. You should have an opportunity to do so against a Florida team that, I mean, you know, is meh. Meh defensively. But I guess the biggest thing that concerns you, Florida runs for 243 yards per game offensively, and they give up 140 yards or so defensively. So running the football will be a challenge yet again, and I think at this point, why would you expect the Gamecocks to run the football with any sort of success against anyone for that matter? So going to have to throw the football. to have success. So again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 here on a Thursday. Continue to take your questions, comments, calls as we look ahead to this weekend's game against the Florida Gators. Guys, comments, calls, questions, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377 here on a Thursday, November the 4th, 2021. Again, guys, a quick reminder. The podcast did drop this morning, episode 529, breaking down everything with this weekend's game against the Florida Gators. Top storylines, key matchups, keys to the game, all that good stuff. Also, tonight, Gamecocks men's basketball officially gets going with an exhibition against Benedict. Yours truly will be in the building. Would love to see a bunch of great Gamecocks out there. Let me know if you're going to be there. So I'm curious as what the crowd will be like. The game is not televised, by the way. So in case you're wondering, it's not televised. So even more incentive for you to get out there and get out to the CLA. But should be a really good time. So excited to see, or at least get a glimpse of what South Carolina basketball has got to offer this year. A lot of new faces, obviously. Tons of new faces that I think will contribute as well. So really excited to see what Frank Martin's squad has got in store for this season. But again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Travis says, you can't deny our passion here. We wouldn't be in the chat. Appreciate it as always, Chris. We will get through this. Hey, I would never question the passion, Travis. Tyler Noel says, the first quarter will determine the outcome of the football game. If the defense can keep it close, we have a chance. It's a big if, though. Also, the only ball Jenkins has caught was the one Zeb overthrew him against EIU. I got you. Hey, throw every ball to Zeb, or throw every ball to EJ. Why not? Let's just throw every single pass his way. Why not? Let's see. Will the game be decided in the first quarter? I think that's a little aggressive, but I mean, obviously you can't let Florida jump out to a freaking 21 or 28 nothing lead. I mean, that's a given. You know, you'd like to jump out to a lead your damn self at home at night, grab the momentum. You know, why not? Grab the momentum early. Nan Martin says, I have no idea what to expect from either of these teams. I have no predictions. However, I'm excited to see what we bring. I also want to see how the Gators are handling all the negativity when other coaches are saying they are soft. Uh-oh, indeed. So, Jeff Gold says, my thoughts all season long going into the season is just to get the 6 wins, go to a bowl for the extra practice time with the younger players, and build on our success and correct our mistakes. And we are still in play of achieving that. Our roster isn't that great. Muschamp didn't leave us with much. Players left early to go to the NFL and key players that could have transferred. Keep the faith, Gamecock fans. It's a process, not an overnight fix. Let's shock the world and pull out the upset. Would love to see that. For sure. Let's see. David Barnes. No, Jalen Brooks is not back with the team. And, again, David, I said this yesterday. I'll say it again. I would not expect Jalen Brooks back for the rest of this season. Personal issues. Just leave it at that. Personal issues. How about today, apparently, is the Taco Bell stolen base taco day. So you go to Taco Bell, and thanks to Ozzy Albies for stealing a base, you get a free taco. How about that? God, Taco Bell is going to be packed today, and I'm definitely not partaking in that. Most certainly not partaking. Travis says, speaking of the wide receivers, wonder how Step is developing these younger wide receivers like Powers, Blake, and the other younger dudes. Can't wait for the future, though. Just have to get through the painful BS. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, I think Justin Stepp's done a fine job. I think he has. Yeah, I got no issues with the job Justin Stepp has done this season. So, no issues at all. Savannah Webster, I don't think Florida's really showboated anyone all year. I think they were only up 21 at halftime or Vandy, so we'll be in trouble if they get 21 in the first quarter. Yes, Savannah, I was just throwing out an example. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. South Carolina's found a way to play Florida close. At least it feels like over the last couple of years. So, you know, maybe that'll happen again. I guess we'll see. Maybe that will happen again. So. Chris Gaunt says, sup, Chris, do you think Zeb will play Saturday, or do you think he will give Brown that chance? Oh, yeah. Are you going to the basketball game or not? Yes, I'll be there. I'll be at the basketball game. I think Jason Brown's going to start. I think it's a whole lot of gamesmanship from Shane Beamer. I mean, he's shown the tendency to do that all season. So, yeah, I think it's going to be Jason Brown, personally. I guess we're not going to know till Saturday. Shane Beamer's made that very clear. He's not going to reveal anything. Again, I'll say you this, too. And, again, it's not the majority. It's not the majority, correct? It's not. We know it's not. I've been very surprised, though, because all preseason, all the commentary was around Carolina football was positivity, love, positive momentum, all the comments on social media, all of it. It was great. It was great. And now you look at it, and it is nothing but negativity and doubt. It is nothing but negativity and doubt and vitriol. And it honestly kind of, guys, makes me miss the beginning of the season. It kind of makes me miss it. I really do because, again, I'll call it like I see it, but it's unfortunate we've gotten to the point in the season where, we're just posting. I'm posting a simple quote from Shane Beamer on Instagram, and people are getting up in arms about his response to things. It's nuts, really. It's nuts. Again, you'd think we're 1-7 or 2-6. You really would. But it is the passion that drives this thing. It is the passion that drives this thing. Joe Anders, I do not think the exhibition will be streamed. I think you could probably listen to it on the radio, but I don't think it'll be streamed. No. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Actually, I would say it probably won't even be on radio because Beamer, Carolina Calls with Shane Beamer is also tonight at 7 o'clock. So, no, I don't think that'll even happen either. So, David Barnes, this feels like a big game Garnet all black or Garnet black white kind of night. Any predictions? I think Beamer goes with big game Garnet. We've worn that, once this season and won. We wore it against Troy and got the W. So I'd love to see that personally. I think that's a really crisp, awesome home uni. Yeah, I'd wear the big game Garnet personally. But yeah. Brian Dean, Omega Blake has been running the scout team quarterback and doing a great job. Great to hear. Does that mean he'll play Saturday? I highly doubt it. Savannah Webster, will Kevin break 100 Saturday? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We haven't broken 100 as a team, Savannah, in 5 of our last 7 games. You think Kevin Harris alone is going for 100? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's a better chance Jason Brown throws for 300 than Kevin Harris goes for 100. And I'm not even kidding. Like, absolutely not. Who knew that Clemson plays the same time we do against Louisville? I wish. It's not going to be on here probably yet. I wish there was a Prize Picks play. Oh, hold on. There's a Prize Picks play for Zaquandre White over under 39.5 rushing yards. Over under 39.5 rushing yards for Quan White. Damian Pierce for Florida, over under 51.5 rushing yards. Let's see. Receiving yards. Jacob Copeland, over under 64.5. That's for Florida. Jacob Copeland, over under 64.5. Josh Vann, over under 40.5. Receptions. Jacob Copeland, over under 3. Josh Vann, over under 3. They don't have anything for quarterbacks yet in the football game, probably because nobody knows who the hell's playing quarterback for either team. Let's see. Jacob Copeland over under a half receiving touchdowns. So many of the Prize Picks plays, or most all of them, are all around the running backs. Tyler Knoll, by the way, what has happened is Quandre White. He's been good every time he's gotten in the game this year. I don't know, man. He hasn't played a ton. He has not played a ton, my friend. I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. Do not know. John Gibbs says, what's up, Chris? I was thinking yesterday, but when's the last time Carolina ran a kickoff back against Clem Sucks, or has it ever happened? For a touchdown? I have no idea. I have to look that up. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I remember we had the big trick play kickoff return against Clemson in the 90s, but I don't know if we've ever actually run one back for a touchdown. So I'll tell you this, and I mentioned it as one of the top storylines. And again, I hate to make the game about things not on the field, but I will be very curious and intrigued to see what the attendance is like. Because again, guys, like I've told you, I have a very unique vantage point and a very unique perspective doing what I do. And you know, you can kind of gauge the mood and the temperature of the fan base based off of views and clicks and all that good stuff and you know, downloads and whatever. Merch. And obviously through the preseason and early in the season, the excitement was at a fever pitch. You know, it was, right? People couldn't wait for Carolina football. They couldn't wait for the start of the Shane Beamer era. Absolutely couldn't wait. And now I'm, you know, 8 games in, 4-4. You're at 500. I'm having a hard time gauging whether that excitement's really there anymore. I don't know. The taking the temperature of the fan base is not an easy task right now. I think a lot of that excitement, unfortunately, was sucked out of Gamecock fans in 2 games. Kentucky at home. I think many people, even though I told them not to do it, I think many people put that Kentucky game on a pedestal. And that was the one that we had to win. That one, and then the Tennessee game getting absolutely blown out in the first quarter. I think that one killed the spirit of Gamecock fans as well. I think if you beat Kentucky or if you beat Tennessee and the A&M game still happened, I don't know that fans really care that much because it's like, well, we can't beat A&M. But I think those 2 games have crushed some fans' spirit a little bit. It's unfortunate. It's a damn shame, really. It's a damn shame. I'll be curious to see what the attendance is like. I guess it's a little bit, again, and I'm not making it a hobby or a part of my business to call out Carolina fans or anything, or call out other human beings. Like, hey, you make your own money, you work hard for it, you're limited on your time, do whatever you like. I don't care. Whether you come to a game or not, it's not going to affect my happiness. But I guess it's a little surprising. I mean, Carolina fans have been through 100 years of poor football. Let's call it for what it is, right? 100 years. And you hire a brand new coach. You spend months hyping the guy up. Months hyping the guy up. And again, not the majority, not even many, it's some though, that just have lost all enthusiasm 8 games into the first season. It's hard for me to fathom. It kind of is. It's hard for me to fathom. Like, you're a Gamecock fan. Why did Gamecock fans show up in the 90s? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why did they show up in the 90s? What happened to those fans that were there? I don't know. I just, you know, again, you look at the history of Gamecocks football. Okay? Your history. You are 585, 566, and 41. You're a 500 program. So again, through 8 games, Shane Beamer is doing nothing that hasn't already been done here before. So I don't know. I mean, again, I just think it's too early to just lose all hope. Again, it's year one. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Again, I come from a little different vantage point. You know. But I'll be intrigued. I will be very curious to see what the attendance is like. I'll be have Gamecock fans just given up and jump ship. Have Gamecock fans just jump ship. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. James, kind of my enthusiasm won't impact me being there. But I'm worried our offense is a cancer that'll be around next year. And again, by the way, guys, I want to make the point. I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just making an honest assessment of my surroundings. I'm just making an honest assessment. So that's why people tune in this show. They want honesty. They want the truth. I'm just making an honest assessment of what I see regarding Gamecock fans and Gamecock football as a whole. So let's see. Shane Davis says the expectations were too high for the season. This is beating a dead horse, but fans to be realistic and support the team, period. Travis says Kentucky for sure sucked the life out of us and just not being competitive in the games against the bigger teams. We starve for a relevant program, and right now we just don't have it. You never have, Travis, outside of 5 years with Steve Spurrier. You never. I mean, let's call it what is. You never have. You've never had it. Coach Forrest, I think the forecast for next year and future years look. Where'd it go? Forecast for next year and future years looks poor right now under Satterfield. It's not the record that is taking the energy from the fans. I mean, again, if you're letting worrying about next year and the following ruin this season, that's an ass backwards way of thinking. And in my mind, he also says I'm apathetic because I see what the O for what it is and what it will be as long as Satterfield is here. And Beamer seems okay with it. Again, what is he going to say, Coach Ford, in the middle of the season? You think he's going to throw the guy under the bus in the middle of the season? Like, take 2 seconds, use your brain that I assume you have. Think of why he can't do that. These are grown-ass people, human beings that have to maintain working relationships with others. Think about it, Coach Ford. You can't go into your place of work and be as honest as you want to be all the time. Can you? And if you say yes, you're lying, because if you work in any sort of corporate setting, any setting at all, it doesn't even matter whether it's corporate or not. Any sort of setting at all, you can't be as honest as you want to be all the time. We've all worked with people we don't like, but you can't go out there and throw them under the bus. You won't be employed very long. So, I mean, we don't know. Beamer could hate the offense. We don't know. We don't know. Travis says, technology has changed the way attendance is now, too. Would you rather sit and watch it on a nice flat screen with your choice of your beverage or endure an ass whipping in the elements? No, Travis, listen, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're very right. You're very right. It is not just a South Carolina thing. It is a college football thing as a whole. You are totally correct. It's a sports thing. It's a sports thing as a whole. You're right. You're right 1,000%. Tyler Huck says, if we beat Mizzou or any other team before Clemson, that stadium will be packed for that game. You are right. You are correct. I agree. You are correct. Coach Ford says, I get it. We'll see what Beamer does. The likelihood of Satterfield returning is stealing the thunder and the hope. I hear you. Again, like I told you, I don't disagree with you, Coach Ford, in the sense of this. If this team had the exact same record, if this team was 4-4, same exact record, but was averaging 40 points per game, the mood would be 1,000 times different. No questions asked. No questions asked. It would. It would be 1,000 times different. Yeah. It all really comes back to that. So. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, I don't know, man. I think if you, I don't know. I think if you, we'll jump to the phone. We'll jump to the phone lines. I'll get to that.
Robbie Davis.
Robbie, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you asking. What's going on?
Well, I'm watching you on YouTube like I do every day except for the days you're not on, which is Saturdays and Sundays. I honestly, whenever I heard you saying stuff about like the coaching and everything, and I'm like, coaching's harder than what people think it is. You know, especially in college, because you got to coach, you got to recruit, you got to practice, you got to do all kinds of crap. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for sure. No, it's a it's a tough job. It's a tough job.
And if I didn't think, like if I was a coach somewhere, right? Take me, for instance. If I was a coach somewhere and I did not love what I did for a living, I wouldn't be doing it. But on the other hand, if I love what I'm doing, but I'm not getting results out of it, then something's going to have to change. And I would probably wind up getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how good of a guy I am, or whoever it is that's the coach, if I'm not getting if the results ain't there, I'm probably going to get fired unless some miracle happens.
Yeah, I mean, make no mistake, those guys work tirelessly for sure. I mean, they're not just in there, joking around and cashing their checks.
Yeah,
I mean, they're working their tails. Even the ones that aren't great coaches. I mean, I'll say that even about Will Muschamp. Do I think he's a good head football coach? No, but I think he worked his tail off, which I guess was the shame in it all, is that I really believe in life, if you keep a positive attitude and you work your butt off, good things will happen. And I guess I can't really speak to his attitude, but I would assume it was a good attitude, but they didn't work out. So, everything happens for a reason, but those guys worked their tails off. That's for sure.
Yeah. And my prediction for Saturday is this. At least for right now, it's this. It might change between now and tomorrow. But my prediction for right now, South Carolina 28, Florida 21. That's my prediction.
So Robbie Davis is on record picking the Gamecocks to upset Florida 28-21. I love it. I love that because most of the predictions I've seen in the chat or heard from people have been positive. So I actually enjoy hearing that. I like that.
And hopefully, with this week off that we had, our offensive line shows up.
Yeah, I mean, you would really hope, again, and I've said it yesterday, but you would really hope coming out of the bye week, this is going to be a team that puts its best foot forward and, plays its best football game or pretty damn near close to it. You would certainly hope that's the case.
Right. Well, you try and stay warm in this cold weather, okay? Because it's cold outside.
It is. It's cold. Yeah, I don't give a damn where you live. For us South Carolinians, it is chilly. That's for damn sure. So,
All right. You have a good one. All right.
hey, appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. Good stuff. Robbie Davis picking the Gamecocks to win 28-21 over the Florida Gators. How about that? Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Again, I'll drop my official prediction tomorrow, but Robbie Davis is locked in 28-21. Picking the Gamecocks to beat Florida. Guys, continuing with your questions, your comments, your calls. Want to continue to hear from you. Your thoughts on the game on Saturday. We can talk about on the field specifically. I dropped my key matchups, keys to the game, all that good stuff, top storylines as well. Huge game for both sides, but big time for Dan Mullen, his job security. Can the Gamecocks heat up his seat even more? And at minimum, make this a fourth quarter game and make Florida and Dan Mullen sweat a little bit. What do they got to do offensively to make that happen? That's what it'll come down to, guys. Your questions, your comments, your calls, and more. I want to hear from you on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Want to continue to hear from you. Brian Dean says, my pick's locked in. 24-21 Gamecocks over Florida. Tyler Hucks, I never realized this before. Why is your area code 843? That's low country. Great question, Tyler, because the number is 843 because I use a Google voice number. It is not my cell phone number, which what's funny is my cell phone number is actually a 704 area code because when I lived in Charlotte. But yeah, I have a Google voice number. And the reason I do that is because I don't want people blowing up my personal cell phone, Tyler, because that would get kind of annoying. But and we get so many texts and voicemails, man, it's much easier to facilitate it that way. So that is why the number is 843, by the way. That's just the number they gave me when I signed up for the Google Voice number quite some time ago. So let's see. Chris Gaunt says Gamecocks 28, Florida 24 in a close one. Let's go Gamecocks. John Gibbs says my Florida and Auburn games have switched. I think we beat Florida and lose to Auburn. Auburn's looking a lot better now. Hope Florida's confidence is down because we need their help as well. Sheldon says, I watched Mullen's presser on Monday. It was freaking weird. Mullen is a weird dude. Tyrell Campbell Sr., offense has looked good for a while. I wouldn't even expect Beamer to turn that around his first season, give the man a break. He will need time to scrape all the Muschamp off. We've gone through OC after OC after OC, and nothing has changed. Maybe, just maybe, it's a personnel issue. Yeah, so, Tyrell, I'm glad you bring that up because that's something that I was trying to, or was going to mention earlier and did not get to. But, you know, what's kind of funny is, you know, here's my thing. The reason that I believe the Gamecocks offense would be better was solely based around the athleticism of Luke Doty. Like truly. If you go back and listen, guys, or look, if you recall, I said in the preseason, the reason the offense will be better is because of Luke Doty's athleticism. And so when we're at this point in the season, if you would have told me, even if you just would have told me Luke Doty would not play a single snap 100% healthy this year, I would have picked this team to probably go 3-9 or maybe 4-8, maybe 4-8, maybe. Probably 3-9 though. So I don't know why people are so shocked when we've been playing guys like Zeb Noland and Jason Brown. All due respect to them, but I just, again, it's not shocking to me. Again, the fact we can't run any more effectively, that's surprising. But it's not totally shocking how bad we've been offensively. It's not. It's not. Daddy Goose says, just imagine how bad things would feel if Clemson was kicking ass again this year. That's a good point. So, Brian Dean, I would love for it to come down to a Parker White kick to win it all. I would love, Brian Dean, I would love to enter the fourth quarter with a chance to win the ball game. That will tickle my fancy, my friend. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Let me just enter the fourth quarter with a chance to win the football game. I'll take it. I will take it. Yep. Let's see. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. Checking on a... Fort Flap says, I want to stream, but I'm ugly and fat. People will laugh at me. Or I'm ugly and fat. People will laugh at me. Fort Flap, I don't know if this is like a troll comment, but you know what? I'll just say this. Be you. Be authentic. If you want to do it, get after it, man. Be yourself. Be yourself. Don't let anybody deter you from doing something you love to do. Again, guys, Gamecocks basketball also opening up tonight as South going to take on Benedict in an exhibition. Hey, if nothing else, you can show up to Colonial Life Arena and get yourself a basketball poster for the 2021 season. They're going to have those available at the CLA. So really good stuff. Really, a lot of great reasons to come out. A lot of great reasons to come out. Travis has signed me up for a fourth quarter chances. 2 beats cussing and being angry Gamecock fan late in the game. Florida has revealed their uniforms for the game. Cody Gaskins dropping that in the TDC Questions channel. Florida going with orange helmets, white tops, and blue pants. Let's see. Cody Gaskin says, does the troll come back on Carolina Calls tonight? I think you're talking about the ski mask caller. I'll tell you what, man, if he's able to get through again, I'll be very impressed. If he's able to get through again, I will be very, very, very impressed. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Tyler Huck says, do you think Beamer will be a better recruiter than Muschamp? And if so, will he develop these players better than he did? You know, I think the recruiting will be there. I mean, Shane Beamer's shown his ability to recruit. He's a good recruiter. You would not have hired him if you didn't believe Shane Beamer could be an elite recruiter. So I think recruiting will be there. We've always been able to recruit. So, yeah, I think Shane Beamer will be able to recruit. Yeah, and it all comes down to really, can he develop? Can they develop the talent they get on campus? Bottom line. Can they develop the talent they get on campus? That is really, truly the big question. So, yeah, you got to trust that Shane Beamer and his staff are master talent developers and master talent evaluators. So, you've got to trust that they are those two things. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Travis says, when have we started fast in a game? EIU? Let me think. Yeah, I don't know. Georgia, maybe. Derek Gainey, who's the wide receiver starter in place of Jalen Brooks? Starter in place of Jalen Brooks. Who is it? Leggett? Is Leggett the one playing? We did start fast against Vandy. You are correct. We had a fantastic opening drive against Vanderbilt. Really, we did. I'm not even being sarcastic. We did. Brian Dean says, Chris, I'll be at the Tin Roof next Saturday. I will not be at the Tin Roof next Saturday, Brian. I will be at the Tin Roof next Wednesday. Next Saturday for the Mizzou game, we will be at Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill. The Fort Mill location next weekend will be at Carolina Ale House. Look forward to seeing all of you guys there. Going to be a really good time. Going to be a really, really good time. So, looking forward to it. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Like I told you guys, quick reminder, this weekend, Saturday, Seawells Spots 93 to 96. Really, spots 93 to 100. Going to be a really, really good time. Looking forward to getting back out at Seawells, man. The tailgate is always legendary. Again, like I told you guys, on field has been a mixed bag, right? We all understand the challenges and what's happened on the field. But you know what? If nothing else, and somebody on Twitter made this point yesterday, and I thought he phrased it beautifully. And what he said was this: we get 7 home games a year to go hang out with friends, drink, and hope for the best. I don't know why people are so against going. And I guess that's the way I look at it too, is like, dude, it is, have the results been great? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a very much mixed bag, but you get 7 opportunities, like even just remove the game. You get 7 opportunities a year to get a free excuse to go tailgate all day. Like, I mean, why not take advantage? I can't wait. Win or lose, we booze, folks. We're going to have a blast no matter what. We will have a blast no matter what, I can assure you. So, I'm looking forward to it. Personally, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Now, on the field, because I feel like we spent a lot of time today talking about things off the field. On the field, we all want to talk offensively. I'll tell you guys this. I think defensively, because I think that Anthony Richardson most likely will be out. But even if he's playing, this will apply no matter what. Eliminating or at least limiting the quarterback run game is something we have to do defensively. If you look at Florida, and again, like I mentioned, they are averaging 243 rushing yards per game. Okay? 243 rushing yards per game. You look at their rushing statistics. Their 2 leading rushers are their quarterbacks. Emory Jones, their leading rusher. Anthony Richardson, their second leading rusher. So they're going to use the quarterback in the run game. Bottom line, they're going to use the quarterback in the run game. And I listed this in one of my key matchups. Of course, a guy like J. Jenigbare. You're going to beat a team like Florida or make it a fourth quarter game, your best players have got to play their best games. Limiting the quarterback run game is going to be pivotal for this football team. And Brian Dean mentions Georgia held them way below 242 yards. Georgia has held everyone below every average, I think, except us. Cody Gaskin says, if you win the coin toss, do you take the ball or go on defense first? I think I defer. I let the defense go out there and set the tone for me. That's just me, though. I let the defense go out there and set the tone. So. Sholin says winners want the ball. I don't agree with that at all. I think there's a lot of teams that are really good that defer. I mean, I don't think there's any truth to teams that take the ball more, win more. I don't think that's any truth to it at all. Anyways, no, I mean, I would defer personally at the defense if they don't. But again, you have to eliminate the quarterback run game, or at least limit it, because if Emory Jones is taking off running, if you can keep him in the pocket and get him on 3rd and longs, 10 touchdowns, 9 picks, he's shown a willingness to put it into trouble. And did your secondary have a great game last game? They did not. So I think your defense will play with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. I think they will. Again, they remember November. It's about how you finish. This defense has had a fantastic start to the year. They have exceeded expectations early in the year. But if you can't close it out and you can't finish strong, nobody's going to remember that. So I'll be very intrigued. I'm excited to see what the game plan is early in the football game and just see what this defense has in store because, again, they remember November. You had a great start to the year, but if you can have a great final month, would go a long way for when we look back on this season and this defense and, we're grading them as a whole and everything and evaluating them. So, and you got some challenges for sure in this final season. You got some challenges. Florida still has talent. I mean, Mizzou's not good, but Auburn has exceeded all my expectations. And then, Clemson hasn't been very good offensively, but they've still got talent. So, but you do have some opportunities to have some good games. Really, you truly do. So. Daddy O says, I want to see Brown start and just air it the F out. Well, I think he's going to start. I've listed Jason Brown in one of my key matchups. I will just be absolutely shocked if he doesn't start. I'd be shocked. I'll be truly shocked. And so, hey, all we got's all we need. We'll roll with the 22 we got. I'm excited to see what he can do. Let's see. Sheldon says, here's to hoping UF has a hangover from the cocktail party. Yeah, that's the big reason you looked at this game in the preseason and said, hey, it's possible that the Gamecocks could find themselves, this is their big upset, if you will, right? So they're coming off the Georgia game. They're beat up. You're coming off the bye week. Are you ready to play your best football and score a big upset? Are you ready to play your best football and score a big upset? Because the opportunity's there. It's there. It's a wounded Florida team. You're at home, at night. You can't ask for much more, man. You can't ask for it to set up much better. And so that's going to be the most disappointing thing to me if South Carolina comes out and can't take advantage of those factors and use that to their advantage. That's just going to be really tough. You know what I mean? So it all sets up pretty well. I mean, again, I know things. There's nothing that indicates to any of us that this team's going to come out firing on all cylinders offensively. But I tell you what, it does set up well. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Daddy O says ESPN scheduling has been in our favor all season long. Dude, it's crazy. I mean, when we got this night game, I was very surprised. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Tyler Knoll says, I think we can all agree the game that got away from us is the Kentucky game. I was there along with you, and I still have PTSD from that game. If we miss getting to 6 wins, all fingers will point at that one. Again, though, Tyler, I would say this. Let's say the Gamecocks beat Mizzou, okay? Let's just say they do. because Mizzou sucks. If they finish 5-7, will you look at this season and just say it was a massive failure? And when you look at the 2021 football season, you'll look at it in a negative light. I just won't. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. But to this point, you have won all the games you were supposed to win. No matter how you won them, you did. And you've lost all the ones you were supposed to lose. If you believe in Vegas, that's how the season's gone. You know, and I'm not saying that that's an ideal situation because it sucks. You know, you were only a 6-point underdog to Kentucky and at home, and it sucks you couldn't break through and get that one. It sucks. But after like I said after that Kentucky game, it would have been a greater indictment on Kentucky losing the football game than it would have been, you know, on South Carolina losing the game. I'll just tell you this again. I'm not the sunshine and rainbow guys, or I'm not the sunshine and rainbows guy, as you all know. I'm not going to just pump false optimism or blind optimism. And it's going to be a tall task Saturday. I mean, you're an 18.5-point dog for a reason, guys. But just to inject some perspective, I mean, again, Carolina enters this final month of the season. If you can get anything going offensively, you enter the final month of the season with realistically, you can still get to a bowl game. I know that sounds crazy, but you can. And realistically, you can beat Clemson. I mean, that is on the table. So there's a lot that can be achieved in this final 4 weeks or so. There's a lot that can be achieved. I mean, I'm very intrigued to see how it's going to play out. A lot of opportunity remaining. A lot of opportunity. Certainly it starts Saturday, though. You need to show that you used the bye week to your advantage. You healed up. You self-scouted, self-evaluated, as Shane Beamer and Satterfield and all these coaches have said, that you self-evaluated, you worked on the fundamentals, and you come out and you play your best football. You cannot come out this weekend and get beat by 30 points. You can't do it. You can't do it. At home, at night, you can't do it. Coming off the bye week, Florida's beat up. God, if Florida makes mistakes, let them and take advantage. Let them make mistakes. Florida's going to make mistakes. Florida's a wounded football team. Let them make mistakes. Let them screw up. God, please let them screw up. Because they will. They will screw up. Daddy-O says a wacky November ahead. I'd agree. If there's one thing about Gamecocks football, we all know it will be a roller coaster ride. That is for damn sure. Courtney Washington says UF's going to send some blitzes at JV15. How he handles that will determine the game. Yeah, somebody asked me for the podcast. I talked about it on the show. Somebody said, if South Carolina wins, it'll be because of who? And I'll put it to you this way, because I think it's going to take more than just one guy. But if the Gamecocks beat Florida, the guy we'll be talking about Sunday morning is Jason Brown. Because, you know, we can run the ball, we can do this, that. If you don't get decent quarterback play, you don't have a chance. You will not have a chance in this football game. So it's a team effort, but you got to have a quarterback. You got to have a quarterback. Guys, one more break on this Thursday, November the 4th, 2021. It's been a fun one, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. I want to continue to hear from you as we count down to kickoff Saturday night under the lights at Willie B against the Florida Gators. Your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All righty, we're back, ladies and gents, boys and girls. It's about 20 minutes to go here on a Thursday, November the 4th, 2021. One quick reminder, by the way, I know we're talking Gamecocks football, but just want to remind you guys, obviously the Gamecocks men's team will have their exhibition with Benedict tonight. The regular season gets underway next Tuesday, but for both men's and women's. Women's will take on NC State and Raleigh at 5 o'clock. The men will take on USC Upstate at 7 at CLA. Our full season preview show for Gamecocks basketball will drop, for both men's and women's, will drop tomorrow on the podcast in conjunction with the prediction for Saturday's game against the Florida Gators. So again, a big show tomorrow, really big show, talking Gamecocks basketball. Going to be a really good time, a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this basketball season for both men's and women's for obvious reasons. I mean, women's, the race to the national title is on. The best team in women's college basketball, that's a no-brainer. Basically your entire roster from last year, as well as you add the number one recruiting class in the country. So Dawn Staley's squad, I mean, the expectations, the goals, the vision, it is clear. And on the men's side, it's very intriguing and exciting for different reasons. I mean, obviously, what will this season entail for Frank Martin? How many games does South going to have to win for him to keep his job? I think that's the biggest storyline. And then, of course, also, too, it's just a completely new look team. I'm excited to get out there tonight and to see the team and the exhibition, and just a completely new look team. So, again, tomorrow's podcast going to be a really big one as we talk Gamecocks basketball, both men's and women's. You know, it's funny how often I get the question, Chris, do you only cover football? And the answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. I mean, what's funny, man, is I think I cover both of the other sports, basketball and baseball, as hard as football. I know I cover baseball as hard as football because I'm a baseball guy, and you guys know that. I mean, we're all over baseball season. It's a ton of fun during baseball season. Love baseball season, but very excited for basketball season as well. Looking forward to being in the building all season long. I don't even think I went to a single basketball game last year because of COVID. It was just wasn't even worth going. I mean, it's one of those things. It was just too difficult to get out there. But looking forward to getting back to CLA tonight and this season as well. So if you're going to be there, would love to link up with some Gamecocks, hang out, talk some ball, and yeah. So love to hang out with you guys. Going to be a really, really good time. So you guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Rick Neuheisel speaking on SiriusXM College, or College Sports on SiriusXM, whatever it is. Rick Neuheisel on Florida's Dan Mullen saying, quote, I know Dan and I like and respect him. If he gets an NFL chance, I think he'll take it. I think he's tired of this at Florida. Wow. I mean, I think that's been the rumor for quite a while, though. So who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe Mullen's time at Florida is coming to an end, and maybe that bodes well for the Gamecocks on Saturday. Brian Dean says football comes down to heart. We play with heart Saturday night. There's no doubt in this Gamecock fan that we win. Love that. Jeff Gullich, hey, Chris, who's your personal all-time favorite Gamecock? Mine is Brad Edwards with DJ Swearinger, hometown boy, a close second. It depends on the sport. My all-time favorite Gamecock, like baseball, is Justin Smoke. I'm a Smoke guy, huge fan of Justin Smoke. All-time favorite Gamecock football player, Connor Shaw, no question. All-time favorite basketball player, probably go Ronaldo Balkman. Balkman was really fun to watch. Cody Gaskins, I don't think it'll be a sold-out game, but if you come out and play flat like we did against A&M, you can best believe no one will show up to the reigning 2 home games. Cody, you really think nobody will show up for Clemson? You think nobody's going to come to Carolina Clemson? I would hope that's going to be packed no matter what. I really think Carolina Clemson will be packed. Tyler Huck says, Gamecocks got their asses kicked by A&M, but the Braves winning that night made the night better. Indeed, yeah. Too bad we don't have that to comfort us anymore. World Series champions, but we don't have it to comfort us like it once did. Yeah, so. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Jacob Edwards says Florida would be nuts to fire Mullen. Jacob, I don't think they'll fire him. I think he's going to leave. Like, again, that's what Neuheisel said, is that he gets an opportunity for an NFL job, he'll head out. He'll head out. Corey Washington says that Carolina-Clemson game will be packed. I tend to think so as well. I tend to think so as well. Corey Washington says if Carolina fans don't show up, it'll be a Clemson home game. Let's just, if nothing else, make sure we don't allow Clemson to pack out half the stadium. That 2019 game was brutal. So, yep, absolutely brutal. So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Excited to drop my prediction for the game on tomorrow's show. Because again, guys, it's a very, very intriguing game, because I look at the ball game, and that's why I stayed away from the spread. I could see South kind of coming out and playing their best football and coming out of the bye week fired up and motivated and at home and covering the spread, and even if they don't win, giving Florida all they can handle and making it a fourth quarter game. On the other hand, is South going to have every ability to get blown out? Yes, they do. So it's hard. It's hard to gauge which of those two results you will get. It's very hard to tell. Very hard to gauge. So only time will tell. Only time will tell. Drew Taylor says, I just heard from my friend's wife, who was a cousin in Oklahoma, that's the equipment manager, saying that Spencer Rattler's going to the portal to come play for his former assistant head coach, Shane Beamer. Guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a girl who knows a guy. Love to hear it. Thank you for the insight, Drew. Thank you for the insight. Always great stuff from Drew. Really good stuff. Again, guys, a quick reminder. It's been a while, I feel like. If you do want to support the business, you're on YouTube, Super Chat, Super Stickers, you have the ability to do so. Again, appreciate you all, man, your continued love and support. You guys rocking with us, rolling with us with everything we do. Again, and cannot wait to see a bunch of great Gamecocks out on Saturday. Also, guys, again, I want to mention we do have new merch available on the store, tsus.store. That is the link for that. Hoodies, pullovers, long sleeves, everything you need for the weather cooling off. We've got all your favorite designs. Clem Sucks, All My Homies Hate Mike Bobo, Beamer Ball, Shane Storm, Ass Kicking Chicken, and more coming as well. So again, tsus.store. You can find all of that on there. The merch continues to roll on. So again, really looking forward to getting out there with you guys and hanging out. And it's going to be a lot of fun Saturday. Going to be a lot of fun. So going to be a lot of fun. I really believe so. Spots 93 to 96 at Seawells. Spots 93 to 96. And really 93 to 100, you should say, at Seawells. So. But, yeah, kickoff at 7:30. We'll probably be out there by about 12:30 or 1 o'clock, I'd say, at the latest. My crew, guys, they get out there. Yeah, I mean, I think for Kentucky, we were out there about 12:15. So, yeah, my crew will be out there. My crew will be out there ready to go. That is for sure. That is for darn sure. Let's see. Let's see what the weather's looking like this week. It's going to be cool, I'm pretty sure. a nasty day in Columbia today. A little cold, rainy. Let's see. Saturday, high of 60. High of 60, a little bit of wind, mostly cloudy. It's going to be chilly. It's going to be definitely chilly. So I think I was seeing it's going to be like 51 degrees at kickoff. So it's going to be a little chilly. That's for sure. It's going to be a little chilly. Mm-hmm. Again, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. I'll tell you this, though, and I list this as one of my keys to the game. You know, it's sounding like Jason Brown will get the start. Hey, utilize the St. Francis connection, man. Everybody's saying E.J. Jenkins needs to get the ball more. Brown's going to probably get the start. Give it a chance. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. Why not? Let those two dudes work. Let those two dudes work. See what you can get out of it. Let those two dudes work. There's some obvious chemistry there between those two guys. Have played football together forever. Give them a chance, man. Let them sling it around. Let them throw it around. Let them play some backyard football. You saw it in the spring game a little bit. Find the matchups. Find the matchups for E.J. Jenkins. You know, I'm sure Jason Brown's very comfortable throwing to him. I say let it eat, man. Let it eat. Let them have at it. I think that spells your best opportunity for success in the passing game with Jason Brown at the helmet quarterback. So, and in turn, what that will do is open up other options. Open up your other options on the outside because you're going to have to throw the ball, right? You're not going to run for 200 yards. You probably won't even run for 100. You're going to have to throw the ball to win. So find a way to get Jason Brown comfortable. And I think you can do that by allowing him to hook up with his favorite target, which is E.J. Jenkins. So is this E.J. Jenkins coming out party potentially? We will see. We will see. Again, guys, less than 10 minutes to go here on a Thursday. Thursday, November the 4th, 2021. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. I want to continue to hear from you. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Let's see. Daddy O says, if this plays out with Brown making this offense respectful these last 4 games, does that raise even more questions about the coaching staff's abilities? I mean, I think fans are going to have questions no matter what. I mean, yeah. If he goes out there and plays like a freaking All-American, yeah, I'll kind of be like, what the hell? Like, why was he, I guess, not getting more of an opportunity? Yeah, that will certainly be, that'll be interesting for sure. But what are our expectations for Jason Brown? How good can he be in his first action? Right? Really, how good can he be? Again, I am trying to keep expectations very realistic. I am trying to keep expectations very realistic. I don't want to put any unfair expectations on the guy. So Dedigo says, I sense that coming. I don't know why, but I do. Dean says, I don't know why. I have no idea why people keep talking about Jenkins because Bell's our number 2 receiver, and it's not even close. You need to get Bell the ball more. I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, Jaheim Bell needs to touch it more. Needs to touch it more. I mean, we've been saying that. Dude, what's happened to Nick Muse this season? What's happened to throwing the ball to the tight ends at all? Where have they all gone? Cody Gaskin says, going to go out on a limb and say Brown goes 25 for 36, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Could be more yards, but that is my hot take. I like your take, Cody. I like your take overall. I do. I like your take. I think that's pretty fair. Yeah, we're going to have to throw it that much for sure. Jeff Gullidge, hey, man, I love the show. Keep it up. I look forward to listening every day. Jeff, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for the love and support, man. Thank you. Again, quick reminders. Episode 529 on the podcast did drop this morning. Check it out. Episode 529, breaking down everything with the Florida game. Also a great conversation. Former Gamecocks running back Derek Watson. Who remembers Squeaky Watson? Throwback convo from October of 2019. So really, really good stuff. Make sure you check that out. Also, again, the TSUS tailgate on Saturday. TSUS tailgate on Saturday at Seawells. We'll be at the exhibition tonight at CLA. And then next weekend for the Missouri game, we will be at Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Fort Mill. So, going to be a really, really good time. Going to be a really good time. Looking forward to that. Really am. Really am looking forward to that. So. And just a couple of minutes remaining here. Just a couple of minutes. Couple of minutes to go. I'm going to do my damnedest tomorrow to fire you guys up and wake you guys up a little bit. I think Gamecock Nation desperately needs like an offensive outburst Saturday because I just think there's so many people that need to be shaken a little bit. So many people that have hit apathy. So many people that have hit negativity and pessimism. And I didn't think it happened in year. I genuinely did not think it would happen in year one. I didn't. I thought Gamecock fans, for the most part, understood what the challenges were, what Beamer was. And I thought, fair or unfair, I thought Gamecock fans would place the blame on Will Muschamp. And they haven't. And I'm very surprised at that. I'm very surprised that fans have not placed that blame on the guy who left the mess in the first place. I'm surprised. Again, I know it gets old and you don't want to continue to bring it up, but I'm surprised a little bit. But it's okay. We're all in this together. Hey, we're coming off the bye week. We're still trying to kind of wake up a little bit, shake off the dust, take off the cobwebs. But shit's going to get real in about 53 hours or so. 53 and a half hours. 53 and a half hours when the Gamecocks take on the Florida Gators. Guys, we've hit 2 o'clock in. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning. We'll be at the basketball game tonight. So if you're going to be there, we'd love to meet up with some great Gamecocks. Other than that, podcast, Daily Crow, all the content continues to roll this week, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, and we will talk to you tomorrow, folks.